my most marvelous apprentice. It's good to see you've made it safely to Alderaan. It really is a wonderful world, so rich in history. It's a shame you won't have time to visit the libraries.
I've never understood your fascination with reading.
To each his own, I suppose. Alderaan is a planet in the throes of civil strife. A usurper sits on the throne and all of Alderaan's nobles make war. Your artifact was discovered by the Jedi Order years ago, and given to one of Alderaan's noble houses. I don't know which one.
I guess I'd better start asking then.
House Thule is allied with the Empire. Their young leader, Alana Thule, is eager to help you. Go to House Thule and speak with her. Hopefully with her aid, you can reclaim the missing artifact.
My lady, this must be the Sith we've been expecting. I can feel his power.
Welcome, Sith. I'm sorry for the chaos. Alderaan is on the brink of civil war, but House Thule owes the Empire so much.
I am honored.
How gracious. If not for the Empire, House Thule, I would not be on Alderaan today. But our history can hardly be of interest to you. Darth Zash mentioned you're after a certain artifact. Am I correct?
You've heard correctly.
Excellent. Then I should be able to help you quite a bit. Allow me to introduce Morin. He's my personal Sith guard. He did some preliminary investigation after Darth Zash called.
It is an honor. I've heard many things about Lord Zash's apprentice. I began my research on a Hunch House Organa close to ties with the Jedi. We captured and chatted with a Chamberlain of House Organa.
He confirmed that Organa holds the artifact, and that it is kept in their private vault in the Elysium.
What's the Elysium?
The Elysium is an ancient and majestic ruin on Alderaan, now reduced to a battlefield. Unfortunately, the Elysium is sealed tight, and the key is held by Nomar Organa, a powerful, revered, and insufferable Jedi Master. You are the only Sith on Alderaan who even stands a chance of defeating Nomar. We must bring him here.
Nomar Organa has a reputation for strength and power, but above all, for his principles. He is, by all accounts, the perfect Jedi, but everyone has weaknesses. Isn't that right?
You hit it right on the head.
I suggest you start in the library of House Alder. They are devoted keepers of Alderaan's history. Personal connections, I think, would be most useful. Siblings he was particularly close to, childhood friends. But be careful. House Alde is a close ally of Organa. They're likely to attack anyone from Thule on sight.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Sith.
I thank you all for gathering here. Friends, family, everyone. As you know, this is the day that Rahana and I were to announce our intentions to be married.
No, Mom. What are you saying?
I'm sorry, Rahana, but there's been a change.
You coward!
I have a responsibility to the Jedi Order. I have decided to continue with my training in the Force, off-world.
It's your family, isn't it? They talked you out of this.
Damn Organas think you're too good for us, for my daughter? You'd better be sorry. You will be sorry.
Keep me apprised of the situation, Ertl. We may need to take action. Ah, Sith. Sorry to keep you waiting. I hope your search in House Alde was fruitful. I've been anxiously dreaming up scandals we could catch the spotless Nomar Organa in.
Not really a scandal, but he was engaged once.
Engaged? Interesting. Jedi aren't usually the marrying kind. Let me see. Engagement announcement, Nomar and Rihanna. My goodness, this is juicy. It must have been somewhere between 20, 30 years ago. Long before I was born, but I remember hearing my nurses talking about it. The sister to the Lord of House Rist was engaged to a prominent noble against the wishes of both their families. The coward broke it off.
You think this Rahana is Lord Rist's sister?
It's a perfect fit. Rist is a house of highly trained assassins, and Lady Rist is no exception. But she is perhaps most noted for her stubborn refusal to marry, and for the humiliations she pours on those who ask.
Looks like Lady Rist and I need to chat.
Yes, I'd say so too. And if she is still in love with Nomar, then you may be able to convince her to lure Nomar to Alderaan.
My words will be sweet as honey.
But be wary. To reach Rahana Rist, you'll have to contend with the deadliest assassins on Alderaan. Good luck, Sith.
I hope your search is going well, my lord.
Congratulations, Sith. You've broken into my home, butchered my assassins, and forced your way into my personal chambers. Can I at least offer you a drink before you start making demands?
Let's skip the drink, and you can tell me about this hollow.
Well, well. Let me guess. You dug this hollow out of some dusty archive in House Alder. Let's just say that His Royal Jedi-ness Nomar Organa and I our ancient history, and leave that dead dog buried.
There must have been some good times.
I don't know what you expect me to say. Nomar Organa and I were in love. I'm sure he'd write it off as misguided youthfulness, but it's true. We were going to get married, in spite of our family's disapproval, and then he got cold feet. That's all.
He seemed really hurt when you stormed out.
Hurt? No. Righteous, maybe. Full of himself.
Have you asked?
He made his position quite clear, I think. No. Why should I even torture myself with the thought?
Call. Ask him to meet you. And if he agrees...
And if he agrees? No. I can't believe I'm even entertaining this ludicrous notion. Still... it would be nice to see him again. But what would I say? What would I do?
Ask him to keep his promise to marry you.
What should I say? Hello? I know we haven't talked in over 20 years, but will you please marry me? I won't.
I'm not leaving until you call.
So that's it then. You won't take no for an answer. You think because you are Sith, you can intimidate me with threats. I've seen more of war than either you or that little bird Thule, and you won't get anything out of me without a fight. All right. You win. I'll call him. Nomar Organa's not worth dying for. But then I want you out of my home.
Call Nomar Organa and I'll go.
Let me bring him up.
Rahana, what a surprise.
I know, it must be. Nomar, there's something I need to talk to you about.
Go ahead. Anything I can do. Anything at all.
Not like this. It's a favor I need, here on Alderaan. I was hoping we could meet.
Of course. I can be there in a few hours. The old place?
Yes, the old place. Thank you. There. Are you happy now?
Where's Nomar going to be?
I'll give you the coordinates, but I won't come with you. And you'd better get out of here. The meeting spot is in an underground cave near House Cortez. But the entrance tunnels are filled with Killiks. So good luck.
What kind of secret meeting place is that?
There were no Killiks there 20 years ago. But you know what? I hope they tear you to pieces. Now get out of my house!
Clever trick, Sith. Getting Rahana to call me down here like it was some sort of emergency. But frankly, I'm insulted. Where's Rahana? You've gone to no effort to disguise your trap.
You came, and that's all I need.
We Jedi will wipe the foul blight of the dark side from the galaxy, and restore order wherever the Sith would sow chaos. I see the trap you have laid out for me, but I do not care. I cannot permit that vile artifact to fall into Sith hands. Unlike you, I am a person of principle.
What do you know of this vile artifact?
The stories of Tulak Horde are vague and ephemeral, but this much I know. Wherever he went, he left a trail of bodies, seemingly drained of their life in his wake.
Sounds like just my kind of guy.
Enough of this talk. The time for judgment has come. The light will prevail, Sith, even against darkness as black as yours.
Sith, so sorry to interrupt. I hope your meeting with Lady Wrist went well.
I was able to persuade her to my way of seeing things.
You'll have your artifact soon, then. I'm glad to hear it. Like I said, I'm very sorry to trouble you, but we have a problem on our hands, and you may be the only one who can solve it.
Tell me the situation and I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you. I have intelligence that Organa is preparing a reprisal for your raid on House Alder. According to our spy, Organa has assembled a contingent of Jedi to attack House Thule. I sent Ertl and his Sith to investigate, but they haven't returned.
You should have asked me first.
I didn't want to impose. I had no idea Organa's Jedi was so powerful. Please, all I ask is that you locate and take out Organa's Jedi contingent within House Organa before they have a chance to strike. And if you could find out what happened to Ertl and the other Sith, I would appreciate that as well. But the Jedi are first priority.
As you say.
Thank you, and I assure you House Thule is a generous ally. Thule also has a vault in the Elysium, and the key will be yours, once our safety is assured. Organa will expect an attack and be heavily guarded. Please, hurry. I don't know how much time we have. Ah, Sith. We just received word from House Organa. They want a temporary truce. Apparently you were too much for them.
All in service to you, my lady.
House Thule is once more indebted to the Empire, and of course, to you personally. The Elysium is where the houses keep their dearest treasures. I'm sure you'll find something of value. Thank you again, Sith. House Thule is once more secure. I don't know what would have happened without you.
Ah, apprentice. You have the artifact. Wonderful. And Lady Thule sends her thanks once more for your aid against Organa's Jedi.
I only did it for the prize.
And won an important victory. Lady Thule is a vital ally to the Empire. By all accounts, you have a very promising future ahead of you, apprentice. Now that you've found the last of the artifacts, I hope to see you on Dromund Kaas as soon as possible. We still have much work to do.